Hey, welcome back to episode 3 of Seattle Sucks, a podcast about hating the city we love and live in. This is Alex. I'm joined here today with Greg. Say hi, Greg.
Hello.
Colin.
Hi.
And John.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. And we're back to talk about an issue near and dear to my heart, which is food, mostly. And Seattle is a foodie city. Durkin herself, in her homeless speech, or her head tax speech, mentioned how much of a North Star Seattle is in the dining community. And in particular, a couple things. Restaurant Week just wrapped up, and one of our own, Eduardo Jordan, chef at Solare and June Baby, won a couple Beard Awards, which are like Emmys, like everyone gets one basically. But he got an award for best new restaurant in the country. So I guess it's.
Is he going for his EGOT?
Yeah, actually, they'll start having to do that because the EGOT inflation is getting a little high. They'll have to add a Beard Award to it. Yeah. This happens sort of on the tail end of Restaurant Week in Seattle, and Seattle has this thing twice a year where for a couple weeks or a month, many of the restaurants in Seattle have a special menu, and it's basically like a very, very restricted small menu. And the deal is it's $33 and you get 3 courses. Mm-hmm. And courses use that term loosely. It's like a small appetizer,
right,
a small entree, and a small dessert.
You get like 3 plates. What exactly are on those plates is who knows,
But it's like a very limited, restricted menu, but people like are all excited about it because it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to like a nice restaurant and it'll be affordable or something like that. When in reality, I think like for 2 people after drinks, it costs just as much as any other
like
meal would cost, in Seattle. But I thought that was just funny. That whole thing came and went, and then I don't know. Restaurant Week, I always think is silly. It's kind of a scam. I don't. Just order off the normal menu, really. There's nothing special about the limited one.
I actually go during Restaurant Week, and I ask for the regular menu. I say, no, thanks.
Oh. Well, I'm sure like you go there and the wait staff just looks at you like...
No, actually, I was at, I think is it called Eve in Fremont, across from just right next to the bridge?
Place.
Is it vegetarian?
I think it's vegetarian.
I don't know. I was there in the middle of the day, and actually, no, I went... 2 different people. I went to 2 different places in Fremont 2 days in a row, and both times the gist from the staff was like, oh god, Restaurant Week, this is so fucking annoying. It's just a pain in the ass for us. And like,
and you get that impression, like if you go on Restaurant Week, just basically like the host or server, whoever's at the front door, Seattle doesn't observe protocol when it comes to service properly. So someone eventually will make eye contact with you and like glare at you from the corner, and then 5 minutes later, someone might come up and ask like, "What are you here for? Do you want a table or something?" Or like,
this is so true. So like, every restaurant now, none of them have a sign about seat yourself or please wait. You walk in, and it's like you walk in the middle of the restaurant because it's all open concept. All the waiters just wear whatever the fuck they want. So you have you're like, who even works here? And then you're just staring at strangers who are also waiting for a waiter, and they think you're the waiter, and they're looking at you.
You have to like look for certain cues that tell you like, do I order at the bar?
Oh, yeah.
Do I just wait for... You could be waiting for like 25 minutes for a waiter to come by thinking, this is a normal time to wait, so there's probably still coming, and then realize, oh, I just have to go order at the bar.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I guess the service excellence tradition in Seattle is sort of a new thing for us. Of all the places I've dined, I've never seen such disdain for the customer as in Seattle. And I don't know. I think like it has something to do with the economics. Like, everyone has a tech job, and so like the people who are like, you can't find good waiters or waitresses because they've migrated up in their career, right? But I was talking to some friends about it, and they were like, yeah, like I tried to get a service job in Seattle, and they wanted 3 years experience.
Wow.
I was like,
everything's tough in this town.
Like, yeah, no kidding, right? And there's a bunch of articles online about how how hard it is to find help in Seattle, one of the primary facts is due to like the ICE sweeps and immigration crackdown.
Jesus.
So basically people, I mean, I don't care where you eat in Seattle. Like you're going to a French restaurant, an Irish restaurant, a Cambodian restaurant, a Mexican dude is cooking your food.
Yeah.
And with the whole crackdown on immigration and everything like that, I guess like that's been hard to find people to staff.
You
and,
add that to the restaurant boom. And I can see
totally
it's just impossible. Well, do you remember when we used to go to Snooze Junction?
Oh God.
Oh yes.
It's like my quintessential like Seattle restaurant service. Like that's my center, my grounding.
Snooze Junction was a pizza place in Seattle.
It's not there now, right?
Was
okay, good.
yeah,
It's a Thai
since-
restaurant
Okay.
now or something.
If you have to ask, it's fucking.
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure.
sure.
Yeah.
And I think maybe only 2 people worked there at a time. There was like a waitress, and then there was like the dude making the pizzas in the back. And it was just like, it was like walking into a sanitarium or something. Really and like this like apoplectic like young woman just sort of like staring at you and shivering, and then like walks you over to the table like she doesn't know why you're there, and it's just very confusing. And then the food comes and it's not even the right food. It's hilarious. But we still loved it.
We went back
either
there
way.
for that. That was like part of
Yeah.
the entertainment. It was like dinner and a show.
Yeah.
It was great.
Take notes, Ethan Stoll. All right.
Yeah.
If you get the service is just bad enough, you'll have loyal customers forever. But I guess that's the reason why you can't get good service.
We
in
should just
Seattle.
reminisce about all our favorite bars that don't exist anymore.
Oh man.
Fucking the Hurricane.
the Hurricane.
Yeah.
I've forgotten them all. It's gone. It's been wiped from my mind.
It's like a dream.
Yeah. Well, we should say, I mentioned Catfish Corner, Jackson's Catfish Corner.
Mm-hmm.
That they were like, they did close on their like 30-year location at MLK and Cherry in like 2014, but they popped up a little while later in South Seattle, and now they are back now at 21st and Yesler. So I haven't been to that location, but they're there serving southern seafood, awesome catfish.
Do they have an encyclopedia on their website that I can reference?
I seriously fucking doubt it. And I mean, the
Okay.
fish comes in like a plastic basket with paper, gingham paper, but it's fucking delicious. I haven't been there in their new location, but they at least still exist. But they had to move and were closed for months months or years at a time in between. But they're there. Go check them out.
Yeah, but Uncle Ike's has to go somewhere, man. It's
Yeah,
gotta,
yeah, really.
Oh my god.
Do you know he owns the car wash next door?
Yeah, no, that's a
Holy
whole like
shit.
empire.
Yeah,
now.
he's just buying property and all
Uncle
of
Ike
that.
is taken up he's just whatever.
Isn't there an actual guy named Uncle Ike involved?
Yeah, Eisenberg.
Oh.
What's his name?
I don't know.
He's like a loudmouth who embraces confrontation with the community or whatever. There was a church that was protesting them for a while, and he would go out with a what do you call it?
Megaphone?
Yeah, and yell back at them. It's not helping, dude. Not helping.
I don't know, man. That guy's doing something right.
Holy shit.
Do you own a car wash?
He's selling pot, so
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
he's doing right,
Yeah.
and it's working.
I was down there and I just walked by Uncle Ike's, and it was like someone operating like a nightclub. There was a
Yeah.
bouncer and a line out the door, and I was like,
Yeah.
what is this again? And someone's just like, it's a pot shop. And I was just beside myself, holy shit.
Ian Eisenberg and
Uncle Ike.
fuck. Okay, according to Wikipedia, apparently there's a Wikipedia about Uncle Ike's pot shop. They make $1 million a month. God
Wow.
damn.
Oh, that still doesn't put them
Yeah.
in the
They don't
purview of
qualify.
the head tax.
Right.
So.
He better sell that car wash real quick.
No, but see that's probably separately incorporated.
Fuck, he's got multiple locations though. He is gonna have to pay the head tax.
Someday.
Good. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
maybe.
by the time
Right.
that happens,
Actually, yeah.
we will abolish taxation. Well, there'll be an American constitutional amendment to abolish the concept of taxation.
Speaking of which, should we check in on what we've labeled the hashtag resistance?
Oh yeah, well, we did like a sound for the resistance.
Yeah, and when I not the hashtag resistance against Trump, I'm of course talking about the much more emotional and scarier hashtag resistance against the head tax in Seattle, which is
They're
now
out for
basically
blood.
enveloping everyone in every structure
so
of
funny.
government, except for the most liberal, I think,
Yeah.
out there.
The sound effect should be Scrooge McDuck jumping into his pile.
Oh yeah, that is amazing.
It's hard out there.
No, it's all it had. Like up until we were so involved in it. We were reading everything. Of course, like our first episodes of this podcast were basically all about that because it's what was happening. And like the sort of activism class, the people who really cared on the left and on the right were really involved in it. But most people, like, it's just some bullshit that the city council was talking about. Like it's not. It's like it flows over your head. Then it passed, and now it's a real thing. And so the headline actually says, "This is the law now," and then you actually read, the entire city actually reads to the bottom of the article the insane propaganda in the Seattle Times. It's like, this is going to drive all the jobs out of Seattle, and this is like a communist takeover, and now they're out for fucking blood, man.
But the hashtag resistance has its latest supporter now, which you're probably guessing, I don't know, maybe some rich East Sider like Kemper Freeman,
Yeah, Susan
or maybe
Hutchison.
or maybe a Koch brother, or
yeah,
something crazy
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Or Saul Spady,
Sure, yeah.
who are the like
I call him
Frode
Coke,
Failson
he's
of
Coke
the
Light.
yeah,
Coke Light.
of the Dix clan. But go on.
But actually, the latest hashtag resistor is none other than Democratic former governor Christine Gregoire, who I guess, I don't know, John, you looked into her affiliation with some sort of organization now.
Yeah, I have no idea what she's been up to since she left. Any of you have any idea what she's been up
she's
to?
just a retired old lady.
She's been no. She's
No?
been cashing in, apparently, heading something called Challenge Seattle, which I challenge anyone to read their website and figure out what the fuck that means. But she was at some breakfast and she gave this like spiel about like against the head tax and how it was disgusting and threatened our reputation
What'd she actually
nationally and internationally. And said there was no process. There was zero, like, what happened to the
right.
Seattle process? We passed this tax without any process. So first, there was literally a stakeholder committee put together to study progressive revenue, right? With a bunch of unions, businesses, nonprofits. And like they invited the Chamber of Commerce to be on it, and of course the Chamber said no. So there was a months-long process of this committee that said, yeah, the head tax is the best option we have. So there was a fuck ton of process. Then there was this whole council process that's been like,
Well, there was a unanimous council vote.
Yeah,
But
right.
but
Which
only
is-
after like, cutting
hearings,
deals with
deals,
you know.
yeah, right. A unanimous vote by the people elected to run the city, right? Like not some like secretive, cabal, and so that's just insane. And then damages our international reputation. Like
Yeah.
what the? No one gives a fuck about the head tax outside of Seattle.
Well, the reputation
Outside
she's
of
talking
Bellevue.
about
yeah.
is that we have like the lowest taxes in the world.
Right.
But she said, I object to the policy of a head tax. I firmly believe it is a tax on jobs. I firmly believe it undermines our international and national reputation. And she says, oh my God. So she's part of Challenge Seattle, which is, it's whatever. She basically raises money to pay herself, I assume, to talk to leaders from 17 of the region's largest and most successful companies. Those companies, Gregoire said.
Well, wait. Here's the quote she gave, right? Why
Okay.
did we decide to demonize a major employer in our backyard providing good jobs to the people of our community. It sounds like an Amazon press release.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, she
Okay.
says
So,
here, she also said, those companies want to be good citizens. They won't be doing they wouldn't be doing Challenge Seattle if they didn't. They wouldn't be giving money to my bullshit think tank to pay to supplement my retirement and ensure future jobs for my failed children.
That's an amazing quote. They wouldn't be paying me if they didn't believe
They would, what the
So,
fuck?
all right. So Colin, we're gonna play a little game here. The Challenge Seattle website lists 17 businesses as supporters of Challenge Seattle. I'm gonna give you 3 guesses to guess one of those 17 companies, 17 businesses that support Challenge Seattle.
Oh man. Okay, let me do my Karnak.
Wait, is it
thing.
Uncle Ike's?
It will be. It will soon be 18. Yeah.
Well, it couldn't be Amazon, could it?
That sounds like a little bit of a conflict of interest.
No. She wouldn't. She wouldn't give a
That's
speech
just
like
not
this
possible.
and defend Amazon if she
No.
was getting money from Amazon.
Wait. She might. If what Challenge Seattle was, what we weren't able to discern from their website was that it's a lobbying organization for those 17 companies.
No.
That can't be right. I'm gonna double check. I'm just gonna scroll down.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh
shit.
my God! Amazon is one of the
Oh,
supporters.
Colin! Ding, 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 ding,
Say it ain't so,
I just-
John. Say it
I
ain't
just
so.
have to say the Challenge Seattle website has a bunch. It looks like a fucking NASCAR driver fucking outfit of like businesses.
No,
It's got
you didn't
every
see the picture
fucking
of her
business
at
logo
that
on it,
breakfast.
all above a picture of Gregoire herself. It's just like
Brand.
perfect.
On
No.
brand.
No, at that breakfast the other day, she was wearing like a pit crew uniform with all those companies' logos on it. What were some of them? It was Amazon. She had like the Prime smile.
Any business that would be
Zillow.
paying this
Alaska
tax.
Airlines famous for
Yeah, she had the
suing
Eskimo-
to not pay the minimum wage.
Big Eskimo on her back.
Starbucks, Boeing, J.P. Morgan Chase, Expedia, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. That's a
Jesus.
weird one.
That's
Why
just
not?
a self-suck. That's like
Yeah.
that's like a circle jerk.
No, it's just they're paying everybody money.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, might as well, right? Challenge Seattle. If someone asked me what it was, I would say it's like, isn't that when they lock you in a room or something like that? And then you have to solve puzzles to get out.
It's
or
the new
something?
escape room.
So maybe it's actually a consortium of escape room companies who have banded together. I don't know.
Or just CEO escape room connoisseurs who need to be challenged by more and more difficult escape rooms just devised by Christine Gregoire and her children.
You can place a modest tax on us if you can escape this room in under an hour.
Oh my god. Okay, but this isn't the only. So there's these people are already coalescing together, and the Seattle Times is pretending like this is a major thing. Like they're already boots on the ground, like gathering millions of
Yeah.
signatures.
There- there's an editorial and an opinion piece in the same issue of the Times.
opposite pages, just
With the same exact viewpoint.
just saying,
Yeah, the op-ed headline is Seattle voters sign repeal.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, wow, like that's... So people are signing a repeal? No, it's an op-ed. Seattle voters, sign the repeal.
yeah.
And you're like, I see
look,
how it
look,
is.
this-
Tricky New York or Seattle Times with your headlines
No,
there.
to be fair, like this referendum could easily get on the ballot, could easily then pass. I mean, they could. Right. The truth is, they're writing a referendum that they may get on the street and get signatures for before June 15th, and they may very well do that, and then it may get on the ballot, and this will be a hilarious public fight for months now leading up to that. Just what would that bring out of the woodwork, man? When this is now again I think we felt like this was this big fight, but it was between very tuned in people, But now this is this is going to be the whole city, and it's going to be just imagine what's going to come out of the woodwork. Like already it brought out those like Save Seattle and Seattle Speak Out people. Like this, it's going to get fucking ugly, and
It's going to be a battle royale.
oh man, just like the arguments that will come out of the woodwork, like that. The demonization of homeless people is going to be like incredible.
Yeah, that's in
holy
the
shit.
opinion piece.
Yeah.
Because the opinion piece is far more reactionary than the editorial, which is probably why they ran it, because that guy said all the things the editorial board wanted to say but felt like they couldn't.
Makes sense. So yeah, that's what our hashtag resistance movement is up to. We look forward to
We need a sweet sound for that. Like every time we say hashtag resistance, there has to be something that's like, burr, 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 or like something. Wah, wah.
Yeah, it's going to be great, though. It's going to be great, man. Watching these people raise millions of dollars to promote this over the next months, just, so they don't have to pay like a few $100,000 in taxes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till we hear the number that like Amazon puts. toward
Well, I
this,
mean, it's a simple math. A signature costs $3 times how many signatures? 8,200. So what's 3 times that?
Yeah.
And then that's basically your minimum viable investment needed.
Yeah, or basically, if they spend less than like $20 million,
Yeah.
that's a win. Like,
Yeah.
What else do we have on the docket for today? Do we have anything else?
It's Durkin's birthday. That was.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to sing? Do we want to just congratulate Mayor Durkin? I don't know.
I think
Special birthday shout
she got a
out
birthday
to our-
present, and it was the rebuke from Amazon.
It's too bad we don't have a better press, because I can imagine a headline like Mayor Durkin gets an early birthday present from Jeff Bezos. Some like cool headline like that, or
we talked about this in the last one. There's no value to like compromising. It just doesn't. It never pays dividends. So they did all this. Amazon shits all over it, and then the businesses get together to launch a referendum to overturn the compromise. Anyways,
Yeah.
Same thing happened with the minimum wage. Like,
Well,
there was this veneer of compromise. The chamber still opposed it. Companies still threatened to run an initiative to overturn it. Like, they just eventually realized they would lose that fight. But like, no one's walking around going, "Yeah, that minimum wage, that was good. I'm glad we did that." Like, fuck you. You raised the minimum wage, now you're gonna tax us again? Fuck you.
Well, like, would the response to this be any like large? Could it be any larger if it had been twice as large of a tax? No, it couldn't. This is the same like liberal thinking that's plagued us for the last 10 years. This is the Obama administration.
well, it's
in a fucking
Obamacare
nutshell.
in a microcosm
It's-
where
it's-
we compromise with the insurance companies, and then every fucking Republican every month sponsors a bill to repeal it, and eventually someday it will get repealed.
Actually, that's a perfect analog, because $40 million a year, $45 million a year, whatever, is not going to solve the homelessness crisis.
Right.
So
Fuck no.
in 5 years, just like Obamacare did not solve our healthcare crisis in this country, $45 million will make things better, but it won't solve it. So they're going to shit all over it. And then at the end, because we had a less than ideal product, everyone's going to be like, well, it's not that great anyway.
It
Just
failed.
like with Obamacare. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like just for 8 years we heard like, well, no, he can't. Obama would like to pass this or to advocate for, all these progressive policies and really go all the way, but he can't because the Republicans they'll call him a communist and a Muslim, and it's like they did that anyway for 8 years. So what? They couldn't have been any worse. They couldn't have been any more obstructionist. They couldn't have like told any crazier lies and like more insane propaganda about him. Like it was at maximum volume the whole time. So why not just actually try for something? It's the same in this case. Like the numbers don't matter. What these people don't understand is that like we said in the last 2 weeks, this is mostly about this fight is not about the numbers and the tax and the wonkery of it, the actual like effects. It's not about anything. It's about ideology and politics. The ideology is all taxation is bad. The politics of it are we need to flex every ounce of power we can to demonstrate that we have the power not to be taxed. Like, that's it. So it doesn't matter.
Well, you got to be reasonable, right? Come on.
Yeah.
But it's
that.
funny, like I think the only voice that I've been hearing out there that's been like strongly pro head tax and basically calling out the bullshit that from every fucking corner is the Seattle DSA. Like on their Twitter, like they're the only sort of like, I think, reasonable, or not even reasonable, but like actual liberal voice in it all. Whereas everyone else just seems to be
don't say
like,
that to their face.
Well, shout out to Seattle Sucks Pod on Twitter. Follow back, y'all.
Yep, 5 stars.
Yep. Yes, rate us 5 stars on Twitter.
Still haven't been to one of your meetings yet. I've been meaning to go, but I don't own enough cats, so I'm still waiting. Okay. But
I was supposed to go to a barbecue today.
Yeah. God damn it, Greg.
Oh, and also I want to call out last night Fremont Brewing held an anti-head tax rally, and so they're officially on our shit list. We are embargoing all Fremont beer as of now until an apology or they back away.
Yeah.
Okay.
The boycott is on.
2 things about that.
You
Okay,
heard it
first
here
of all,
Listen, I'm pouring out a
I wanna come
Fremont
clean.
Pale right now.
Oh my God, he's totally doing it. That's insane.
during our first recording for this podcast, I brought Fremont beer into this very room, and
Sell out.
we drank it. Okay,
sell
this was
out,
before, but I want to say something else about that. I'm not participating in any boycott.
Oh, you're not.
I'm not into it. Okay. Let me back up. Let me be clear. If you want to organize a larger boycott among our 7 listeners or whatever, for the purpose of putting like actual pressure on Fremont Brewing because of a large organized public effort, or political pressure for the purpose of like divestment from other organizations or whatever, I'm for your boycotts or whatever. But
No, this is a petty.
A minor,
yeah, this is a petty
totally
grievance.
petty, yeah.
This is not
Okay,
meant.
But,
to,
if it's a minor inconvenience to Greg, he's going to go full scab Pinkerton on us.
No.
And buy all the Fremont.
No. Listen, I don't cross picket lines, motherfucker. All right, this is different. That's not what this is. Okay, I'm serious because if you
serious visit,
dude, no this boycott shit is, listen, we live in a capitalist society. That's not my fault. That's not your fault.
John is still pouring out Fremont beers this whole time.
Listen,
hey Alec, money talks, bullshit walks. Greg.
No. Listen,
Boycott.
if you look around, you're gonna find a reason
I do
to
not know where
boycott
you're going with
every
this, but-
You're gonna find a reason to boycott every fucking company out there because they're all shitty capitalist companies. They're totally exploitive and self-interested. And you know what? They're all against fucking taxation. Some are being real dicks about it in this situation. They're coming out loud and proud and whatever. And I wouldn't fault anybody for not buying Fremont beer. And I'm certainly not going to go out of my way to do it. But the motivation, the sort of emotion of a boycott like this is to penalize hypocrisy and to assuage your own guilt. And the phenomenon that this comes from is liberal guilt. There's no socialist fucking guilt, man. I live in this country. That's not my fault. I gotta eat food. I gotta get around town. I gotta live my life. I gotta pay rent I gotta do all these things. You know what? I gotta drink fucking beer, John. I gotta drink fucking beer.
Any
There's
kind
no
of beer
socialist
you want.
fucking guilt.
What are you talking? It's not like Fremont is the only beer that's
No,
available.
I'm just saying.
What?
That's like the whole attitude of calling out these companies and asking people to change their lives in a capitalist society through their individual action is motivated by this like hypocrisy guilt thing. That's a liberal phenomenon that I'm not interested in.
I'm just pissed at Fremont because I like
Yeah,
their beer, and now they've
Yeah, I
offended
mean, fuck
It's a
them.
petty grievance, and I'm on board with it.
totally. And I'll probably inadvertently, if anyone invites me to Fremont Brewing, I will say yes, and I'll go. I'll make a stink of it, and I'll just eat all the free pretzels or something like that.
Yeah.
But from now on, our
I'll
official.
be like, wait, is this a Fremont? Are we a Fremont Brewing Company right now?
No, listen.
I had no idea.
Again, to be clear, if
I
you
listen.
guys,
They already poured the beer.
if you guys organize a mass effort that Fremont Beer Brewing will actually notice, I will join in that effort. I'll stand on that picket line.
They're going to notice.
That's what this
But if you're
podcast
just
is all
saying-
about, Greg.
If you're just saying you're going to remove the guilt from your life by not buying it yourself, and you're going to look at me as a hypocrite for drinking and all
not-
those people
It's
around
not guilt. It's
on
petty
this
grievance.
individual level, then
Very
fuck that.
different. I don't
You
feel
can't
guilty.
affect shit on an individual level.
But from now on, our beer choice will be. We're gonna switch to Rubens. I have no idea what their political affiliation is at all.
It turns out they're actually white supremacists.
Oh,
Georgetown.
man.
Georgetown Brewing.
Yeah, Georgetown Brewing. Okay, they're good, right?
Oof, Nazis. Yeah.
I'm still going to drink it, though, because it's not. I don't have a petty grievance against
So you hear it's a
I don't
call to
know,
arms.
Rubens, Georgetown. Yeah, who knows? They're probably cool.
Yeah, shout out to either of those if you want to send us some free
But
beer.
like to the point, I'm not gonna stop, or I'm not gonna like expect people to stop like eating dicks at 2 a.m. because of like Saul Spady saying homeless people should be arrested. Like I'd cheer on people, like egging their restaurant, but like I feel like a huge part of Dick's is
So you want the guys making $10 an hour to have to clean up the eggs?
Okay, this
you
wasn't a good
threw at the
example.
Dick's? That's your
No.
revolution, Greg.
no. Okay, this is a bad example, but like I also think like a lot of their clientele are probably homeless. Like it's food. People got to eat food. People got to eat cheap food. People got to eat what people got to use what is available in a capitalist society to live. So I'm not gonna guilt anyone for eating Dick's burgers.
Petty grievance boycott with an asterisk. If it's the only beer accessible to you, you have our permission to drink it. There you go.
Cool.
All right.
All right, and don't forget we're out on Twitter. Seattle Sucks Pod. Add us. Yell at us.
Oh, it is Seattle Sucks Pod.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're also on iTunes and Pocket Casts and Android, and we're available everywhere. So subscribe, because that's how we know that you love us. And don't forget to leave a review, 5 stars only. That's all we take.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you guys next
If you are
week.
hate listening, like smash that 1 star because we want to know about that too.
No, fuck that. No 1 stars.
No, you can't have the 1-star review. But what you
We're
can
only perfect.
You can tell your other weird friends to hate listen with you and subscribe. That's totally fine. It's no concern of mine how you consume the podcast.
Matt Dubin
Dubin.
can rate 1 star, but he has to come on the pod if he does it and defend his review.
Well, he should treat us how
Oh,
we
yeah,
want to be treated.
yeah, right.
And we're actually telling him how we want to be treated.
Oh,
so
the platinum
a 5
rule.
star.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
That's just his own logic.
We're talking
right?
Wait,
about.
yeah, by his own logic, he has to rate us 5
he
stars.
Has to. He
Yo,
has no other
we gotta
choice.
tweet at him right now to let
We'd
him
like
know.
to invite known and repeated them denier Matt Dubin onto the podcast. Sir, do you deny the existence of them? Do you believe that they exist?
Gentle
Sir.
listener, you're probably confused as to who Matt Dubin is. And, that's
And
because,
you will continue to be because no one will ever hear of
and
him.
that's because you haven't listened to episode 1 and 2. But it's a glorious world of inside jokes about just, minor Seattle politicians. So make sure to listen to all the episodes. We hope you like them. I think we have fun making it. So that's all.
Well,
that I got now.
wait. Before we go, we should probably wish a very, very happy birthday to one of, I believe, one of our biggest fans. Has to be one of our biggest fans, Mayor Jenny Durkin. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mayor Jenny!
birthday.
Well, shit, guys. I feel bad. I didn't get her anything. It just came and went, and I totally missed it. Did any of you, I don't know, remember
Well,
Jenny?
I invited her to the top of the Space Needle. Where recording, so she's yet to accept, but hopefully we'll see her soon.
Well, I think she was worried you wanted to push her off.
Maybe. Well, they just opened the.
Oh, it's open?
Yeah, it's open.
Oh, that's what all that noise is.
Yeah.
I'm so drunk. I just want some chips and dip.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you. God, who says acapella is dead, man? Oh, man. That's fucking beautiful. I love you guys. I love you, Jenny. Stay strong.
Yeah, what I did for a birthday is I compromised.
It's beautiful.
It's the best gift you could give her.
Compromise.
Oh, God.